It's good to see you guys. It's crime time. It's time to watch some crime. We're going to do a 30-minute video from Stranger Stories about when a mother gets away with murder. In case you somehow have stumbled upon the stream without knowing what crime time is, I have a criminology degree. I watch true crime stuff and commentate my piece about it. I have a lot of useless information. Well, not useless. Useful information in terms of how the criminal justice system works. And I throw in my input about things that they're not exactly as clear about that might help you in case you ever find yourself in these situations. That being said, this is something that has to do with a literal actual crime that happened. So if you're sensitive to like bad shit, you might need to leave the stream for a little bit. Because this is a real situation with some gruesome stuff that's going to be talked about.
In this video.
Wait, is this literally Casey? I didn't know this was going to be Casey Anthony. We already watched this shit. That's literally Casey Anthony. Never mind. We'll find something else really quick. Hold on. Put this one. All right. So anyway, we're going to be watching when psychology is used on an abusive cop. That's what I said the whole time. That's what we're going to be watching anyway.
In today's video, we're going to see the questioning of a former police officer who has been brought in on claims of domestic abuse.
Oh, I can't
believe it. His full name has not been released, so we will be referring to him by his first name.
Very common in police families, by the way. You'd be shocked at the amount of police households that end up having an abusive environment involved in them. Usually from the cop in the household. So,
John.
Can't imagine why that is. Oh, my ears. My ears. Why did it do that? Why was there like a rave when they sped up?
Hey, how you doing? Detective Jordan.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
It'd be better if it weren't sitting here and like this.
Yeah. Well, everybody's got little trials every now and then. We got to.
Why is he drinking like that?
17.
Well, yes, I hold from the top glass. Top of the cup. That's how I drink.
I was asking.
Hold on, I'm thirsty.
What was his name?
Russell.
Yeah. I was asking him if I'm gonna go to jail anyway, or you know, or basically no matter what, or if this is even gonna make any difference. And he says, "Oh, we don't. That's not for sure yet." So it's like I'm not gonna, you know, make some statement if it's just to get me to make a statement and take me to jail anyway. And then no offense, you know, no disrespect to you guys, but he was.
John should know better than to ask. Even if they did know, they most likely wouldn't tell him. The only thing they are interested in is getting a statement, and they say whatever they
John
need
should know better.
To keep him talking.
Yeah. I think you'll find it shocking the amount of police in general that should know better in terms of how their job is or how they should do it, and they just don't do that part. They're really good at not knowing how to do their job. That's for sure.
Let's do this before we get started, and then you can just let us know exactly what you're feeling. First and foremost, you see those red signs on either wall saying this room is being audio and video recorded?
Yes.
You okay with having this conversation audio and video recorded?
Well, not really, but I'd rather just.
If you don't, then we're not gonna record it.
Yeah, I'll go shut it off if you don't want to, but this just kind of
That's
protects
a lie.
you as well as us too. So we're not putting words in your mouth. Otherwise, I'm going to describe what you say.
Well, I believe you.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot smarter to have something recorded by the police, by the way, because once again, this is public information. If you say no, there is a chance they'll turn it off. There's also a chance they don't. But also, like, if they turn it off, if they really, this would be a shocking development, but the police could probably just make something up and say that you did something or admitted to something. And if it's not recorded, they could like just say it's their word against yours. And because they're heroes, people will just believe them, which happens a lot. You'd be shocked how many people just side with the police because they're regarded as heroic, even though they do barely nothing in order to get into that position, with zero punishment for anything they do wrong. Nothing we're not used to here.
I trust both of you guys. I'm just saying. I just don't want my video being shown to some place or something. You know what I mean?
It just stays in the case file, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's up to you. Your call.
Stays in the case file, dude.
Let me just talk like man.
Nobody's gonna see it. Don't worry.
This thing is kind of to protect us, and you've been here, you've been in the seat before, you know what it's like. This is to make sure that we're doing our job
He's being
the right
questioned
way,
for abuse, and he's
all
worried
the
about
things
his
you're saying
reputation.
is what you're saying.
Yeah, ultimately, otherwise, I'm going to write down, I'm not verbatim, but I'm going to paraphrase what you say, and I don't want to take anything out of context. I'm not trying to talk you into, or he isn't either. You know, we've been doing this a long time.
Well, before we start, can I kind of know
Sure.
what the plan is? I mean, am I getting booked no matter what, or
We don't know. At this point, there's like two sides to every story, right?
I know my girlfriend and I didn't hurt each other.
Okay, let's do this, because we can't, because we're starting to go into the minutia of this thing.
I know you want to. Okay.
Let's just do this. Time is now 19:11 hours. Today's date is 01/14/2015, and the case number is 15-011-0566.
Oh darn, we have all the
And this
information
part's for you.
to look at
I'm
it.
gonna
Oh no.
Read you your rights and have you fill out your last name.
I just okay.
Just fill out your last name. And if you don't want to talk, you don't want to talk. If you don't want to talk, but let's make sure we get all of this stuff done so we know that that's
But before
done.
I make any kind of statement, can I just find that out? I mean, like I said, all
And date of birth.
the.
Okay, John?
Yeah.
Hang on, just let him read
God,
it
I
to
sure
you.
hope people
I'm
don't
gonna
find
point
out on
one
that
of these
piece of
that I
shit.
think
That
is
would
the
be a
most important when he
shame.
reads that to you, and then
The
that's a
one
good
about my right to remain silent.
Right now, John should be focusing on his right to remain silent.
No way.
He knows the process for questioning, and he knows that any information they give him may not necessarily be true. It would be in his best interest
Yeah, you would be
to have
shocked
a
that
lawyer
he probably
present
doesn't actually
instead
know
of
that.
repeatedly asking them what is going to happen.
No, that's not even the best one.
Okay.
Look, listen.
You have the right to remain silent. You understand that? Just initial right next to it there, Sam.
They're trying so hard to get this guy to not
And
talk.
by the way,
and
I
he's talking
didn't vote
anyway.
earlier, but
Yeah, but you voluntarily
I know.
wanted to talk to
I
us.
do want to talk.
Right.
I love this
just want-
nepotism
I didn't want-
triangle going on.
Okay.
how
Anything
they're-
that you do, make him use.
Look at how they're taking care of each other. It's so cute. They're trying so hard to be like, you can't, you don't have to talk, right? You know how little, how rarely the police actually say that? They never tell a regular suspect that. They will just let them fucking talk. The second a police officer's in for questioning, they're like, you don't have to say these things, right? Like already trying to help him. Already. That should either be like for everybody or nobody. And the second somebody one of their people is in there, they're like, okay, so we're going to try to get this guy off. Like, we're going to try to help this guy get away with an abusive charge. How about that? So let's try to get him to shut up. And even with that, this dude's too stupid to not talk. That's the best part. Is he's still such an idiot? He talks anyway.
Evidence against you in the court of law. You understand that? Okay, just initial there. You have the right at this time to talk with an attorney of your choice.
That's awesome,
You have
bro.
your attorney present before and during any questioning and the making of any statement. You understand that? If you're not afforded an attorney, you're entitled to have one appointed
Cops
for
can't
you
even
without
follow
cost
their
to
own
you.
fucking
You're entitled to an
directions.
attorney present at any time.
Let alone their
during
own
any
fucking
questioning or the making of any
strategies. How
statement.
hilarious is
You may
that?
stop asking questions at any time or ask for an attorney at any time during questioning or the making of any statement.
John, that's my favorite one. So if you want to it's up to you. You understand them. We can go through the question. We can ask questions, and at any time you don't like the frame of the training or the questioning rather, you can say, fuck off, and I won't take no offense to it. But I'm just.
They would never tell anybody this. Never would they tell a single person this that isn't a cop. They would never be like, you don't have to answer these questions. Blah, blah, blah. You don't have to say these things. You don't have to answer them. Blah, blah, blah. They would never say any of this. No fucking way are they giving this guy the keys to getting away with a criminal charge, and he's going to fall ass backwards into it anyway. I cannot believe this. That is phenomenally stupid. I cannot. First of all, like, this is fucked up the way they're catering to this guy. This guy is fucked up for doing what he clearly did. And the fact that these two are catering to this piece of shit, and this piece of shit is too stupid to even notice and just falls into the pit of dumbassery anyway, is so fucking funny. That's amazing. That's amazing. They really let the cream of the crop become an officer. You can tell.
Man to man, I'm just telling you. You could say no thanks.
That would be nice.
No, but you know what I'm saying? You have the right. That's the one I like the best out of any interview I ever do. That's the one I stress the most.
Do you understand each of these rights that I explained to you? Just put yes, that's it, and make sure you put yes if you understand it. And having been made fully aware of these rights, do you wish to voluntarily answer questions now?
That's incredible,
Yes or no?
dude.
Initials and roll. Yes, okay. Just sign for me and I'll sign.
Just so you know what I'm doing, I'm just signing the signature of the witness. Just explain everything I do, buddy.
There, now that that's done, bruh.
Bruh.
So here's the deal, man. We were really concerned.
So now that that's done, bruh. Wait, don't I have a bruh? Nope.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Everything I do, buddy.
There, now that that's done, bruh. So here's the deal, man. We were really concerned.
Wow.
You want to have this recorded or not recorded?
He actually hit him with the bruh.
That's fine.
Thank
Dude,
you, buddy.
what the
That
fuck?
helps me pay attention to you.
You're gonna make us look bad. We have such a
was
pristine
concerned for your
reputation.
safety, your girlfriend's safety.
Bruh.
Cabby said, we're just trying to make sure what happened,
That's crazy.
who was injured, how they got injured, the whole nine, if that makes sense to you.
No one is. Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right, so
No one is injured.
nobody's injured?
I hope not.
So tell us what happened today. Tell us what happened today.
But before we go into all this stuff, like I was trying to find out earlier, Officer Russell, Detective Russell, said that I'm being booked into jail. So if I'm going to be booked into jail, I mean, no matter what, then it just doesn't make any sense for me to answer
Let
questions.
me ask you, when you were in law enforcement,
Yes.
when you
You
talked
think
to,
that would be the
you were
course
out
of
on a
logic,
call
but
or
it sounds
something,
like you're not
and
gonna
you got
listen to that.
one
This
story.
is so cute. Listen to him try to use his brain. Did you hear that? He was so close. He was so close. He is so close to realizing he's fucked. He said, "If I'm going to jail anyway, then why should I answer your questions?" He's right there. He is right there. He is so close to actually being smart about this. Even without their direct help. He's trying so hard. It's adorable. Something tells me he's not going to actually listen to his own advice.
Story.
I understand that, but,
You know what I mean?
but if
That's-
my girlfriend's saying something, I don't know what she'd say, but if somebody else, earlier you said that somebody else called in and said something.
Okay?
And so,
Otherwise, we wouldn't be looking for you. You see what I'm saying?
I
Somebody had to say
understand
something, right?
but I just don't understand why I'm going to make a statement if I'm going to go to jail regardless.
Because it would have happened regardless if you go to jail or not. Either way. What happens is, and I told this to your
So
father when I
close.
was at the house talking to him, I said,
He's
It's
actually so right.
up to you.
That's the funniest part about this is he is actually so right about that. Is if he already knows he's going to jail. If he already feels like he's going to jail, he shouldn't say something. Not to them. He is so close. He's right there. His like 5 brain cells are trying so hard to make those synapses fire, but he can't get it to work. It's so
you, but if I have one story or 2 stories and I don't have yours, your story could put holes in their story, and and maybe that
Or
would
mine
stop.
could,
and then you'd
or
have
I
to do
could
your
say
job.
something
That'd be
that could
crazy.
put
Well,
me
you
in-
can only tell me the
I
truth,
mean,
John.
I've already said the truth. I've already told everybody earlier what happened.
Who did you tell?
I talked to, what's his name?
The guy you rode with?
The guy that first,
Oh, that was Detective Martin. The guy in plain clothes?
I was literally in a coma, but I still can't stop that SNEEG grind. What? You're gonna have to explain yourself a little bit. What do you mean? What? Wasn't a joke. Okay, but like, can I have like a smidge of context? What? Just a tiny coma, you know. Just a quick spell. Gotta keep up with my SNEEG content though, so I had to get out of I jumped out of the coma. Literally did not wake up for a full 74 hours. Did you just fall asleep and it was like 3 days later, or did like you have like an injury? Is this like a normal thing? Is this like a regular occurrence for you? I'm like a little baffled over here. I don't even know what to say. That's crazy. But can I raid Ranboo? No. Good God.
no, oh, I did talk to him.
Yeah, I don't really care. Go send your
Here's the thing.
send your
At the end
viewers
of
to
the
my
day,
white
I
boy
know
now.
The truth is,
I spoke earlier, and then now I'm agreeing to talk, but I'm not, I don't really want to make a statement because I don't know why I'm going to make a statement and then be booked into jail anyway. I just
understand. You don't make a statement. All we have is what the people is what the original people told us, and we're just going to go off of that.
They're going to go off of it anyway.
That's
And the scene, the evidence of the scene.
They're going to go
That's
off
it.
of it anyway. You're
If
not
that's
going to
what you wanna do,
exonerate
that's fine.
yourself.
but I haven't hurt anybody.
okay.
But we have a different story of that, and by you saying that, and that's great. And you may not have. Maybe you could poke holes in their story. It is up to you to give a statement.
Yes.
Now, you've been on this side of the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but can you rate the guy that's more popular than you? Thanks. It seems like you're doing your own thing, but can you like stop everything you're doing to cater to my favorite creator? Thank you. You're not important. Go die. Send viewers to my white boy. Thanks.
Understand, right?
This is one of the most common tactics in interrogation. Detective Jordan urges John to tell his side of the story, something that people are naturally prone to do anyway. The problem with that is, even if you are completely innocent, you can word things poorly enough to get yourself into trouble.
Whoa. I usually skip the ads, but he's advertising his merch and this guy's cool. Let's say internet detective.
You're in law enforcement. You understand. I'm giving you this fair straight. He's giving you a fair shake at the deal. It's your decision.
Might have to cop.
100%. If you
I
want.
mean, these guys, they treat me like a dirtbag. They put the handcuffs on me tighter than,
Good.
you know what I mean? It's like,
Oh,
I'm not a
no.
dirtbag. I've been cooperative the entire time.
I'm not a dirtbag. All I did was beat my
Followed
girlfriend.
instruction. I've been.
So
Come on,
John,
guys.
you want to tell us your
What
side of the
gives?
story, or you just want us to go by what we heard?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it'd be better if I
What a fuck.
I don't know what to do. To be honest with
I
you.
wish half the captions just said oink.
Well, I'm not
know.
your attorney, but I'd be damned if I'd let him lie on me without me telling my side of the story.
He's not gonna lie to me though.
I know that. I'm using him as an example, hypothetically.
Hypothetically
I trust
speaking.
him for sure.
If we
And I
stabbed you in the
do
back
seem like a
anyway.
good guy, too. I'm like,
I've been doing this job for 24 years. I am not going to lie about anything.
I know you're not. I'm not.
You know, and I'm not going to lie to you. The deal is,
Why would you? They never lie, especially not to get their point across or their collar. He's so right though. When would the police ever lie? When would that ever be an advantage for them? They have nothing to gain from tricking the suspect. They're just so nice.
Am I going to jail then or not? I mean,
I don't know. You haven't told us anything. So at this point, if you don't tell us anything, we can only go off of what we have.
what do you guys want to know?
I want to know what happened. He wants to know what happened right in the beginning, from what the issue was that when your girlfriend ran out to the cab.
Just let's start. What were you guys arguing about? Let's start with that. Because that's what she said. She said, "Yeah, we did get in an argument."
Mhm.
What was the argument about?
I don't know, if I'm going to be booked no matter what, I see.
For the third time. Here's the thing. If you don't say anything, all we have to go on is
He's so
what
close.
they
I mean, I'm not in his corner.
told.
I'm not. First of all, he's clearly not gonna not talk, and I'm really not supportive. Like, I'm glad he's gonna talk because fuck this guy. But like, it's just so sad to see somebody this close in the middle of this environment. He's right there. He's right there. His synapses are firing. He's going, something's wrong here. There's something wrong, and I think I'm screwed either way. But like, the blue wall of silence is just pressing against his synapses, not letting him actually think logically, because none of them do. He's right there. It's so sad to see him that close to actually being smarter than he actually is. Too bad that boot tastes way too good. You know what I mean?
us. And that's why you're under arrest right now, because of what they told us. The only way you could...
So I am under arrest.
Yes, that's why you get the arrest warrant to you.
I know. Earlier it was like years ago.
Is that rubber?
But you saw him fill out the booking sheet. Because remember, you weren't going to talk to us, so all we have to go on is what they told us. Is what the cab driver told us.
What your girlfriend said, and then what we got to find out
Your
is what
boot is
you
mighty
said.
fragrant with the blood of innocence, Mr. Officer, sir.
Well, who said
You don't
that?
think a girl would
Can
lie?
I have a taste?
You don't think that somebody might lie that might not be the truth, or we might have evidence that doesn't support what she says, but we got to figure out what happened on your end, or you can just be quiet. It don't matter to me, John, but I do want the
I
truth.
don't want to. I
A
don't
little
want to.
seasoning of abusive
I
power?
don't want to be
Wow.
naive to myself and say, oh, I mean, There was like 30 cars out there.
Okay, listen to this.
So many flavors, they're
Did you
melting in my
assault your
mouth.
Was it?
Did you assault
No.
your girlfriend? Okay, so now that you said that, just explain to us the details from the time you got into an argument to the time that you were contacted by the police in Tacoma.
Tell us
That's
literally
all.
everything so we
You
can
already
put you
said
in
you did
jail.
assault her, so there you go.
Counsel set you free.
All right.
That's it.
We argued, as you know from earlier, we argued. We
Truth
had
will set
we had
you
been
free.
arguing about this
Except
whole
we're already
thing
going to
with
detain
this guy
you.
that she was with.
Some infidelity issues, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We left. We went to the cop shop.
Tell me how you ended up. There's a taxi cab involved somewhere.
Okay. I went out there and I yelled at her.
What'd you say?
I don't remember what I said.
What do you think you said? You said, "Get back in here, don't leave."
You,
I said,
"Hey, don't
you
forget your stuff."
stinky lady.
You didn't take your phone. You know.
He said,
You don't
God
love me,
damn it, Peggy.
You know, you did this to me, but you're leaving me now.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know.
So you went. Okay, that makes sense. Go ahead.
And then this guy's like, "What? You're not gonna pay me?" I'm like, "I'll pay you here." You know, and
Hey,
you know, she gave me $25 to pay him.
pay,
It's $25,
pay
I
him?
think.
Pay who for
So
what?
was the cab to take her? Was to bring her
cab.
there, or was the cab to make?
She was gonna go get her car because we left her car at her apartment last
Wow.
night. She drove my car
So what was the payment for? What would you pay the cabbie for?
The cab?
for coming out. He says, "Well, it's $15 for you."
Oh, okay. So was she already in the cab, or did you walk her to the cab? How did she get to the cab? Talk to me.
She
about
walked to the cab, and then I
With her
yelled.
legs?
it. You didn't want her to leave though.
I came out there and I said, "Look, you know,
Mama!
like I said, I know I don't want to repeat the same answers, but I'll
get in the cab.
I'll tell you, you know, like I said, I did say some things I shouldn't have said, but I didn't hit anybody.
Okay.
I didn't threaten her or threaten the cabbie. I told him something. I said some curse words. You know.
That's not against the law though, bro. So don't.
I still don't. I'm not a person who cuss a lot. I do cuss. I'm not gonna try and
I do.
myself.
I actually do cuss a little.
But anyway, I did that. She paid him, and this whole thing from this point on.
Probably fuck.
Yeah, we argued. Yeah, we left.
The more he speaks, the guiltier John looks. In just a few sentences, he has shown he has a temper, and
He
that
really
he was
said I
fighting with
actually
his
do
girlfriend.
cuss a little.
With each word, he builds a case
All
for
right,
the
bro. Nice
prosecution.
cock, I guess. Whatever.
You
Nobody
know, he's like,
cares.
"Well, why are you in a robe for?"
Yeah, I said the occasional swear word.
Okay.
I'm in a robe because I was
Like a rebel.
in this, and she was like, "Well, let's just leave. You know, I don't want to be here. You know, I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, we're just gonna get a coffee. So we gotta go get coffee.
No, what time of day was that though?
I don't remember. We went and got a coffee. We drove around for a while. We came back, and when we came back, there's like 30 cars around the block.
Oh, yeah. What a
And I see
mystery.
my mom's parked outside.
Oh, no. Not the
on,
mom.
What's that street? Not Tower, but
Uh-huh. Go on, King. Use that brain.
One of the adjacent streets.
Yeah.
The final
So,
brain
but
cell
you
remembering
and I
Do you
brain
understand why
cells.
that was though? Do you understand why?
well, I didn't know, not at first, and there's a.
You understand now?
Well, I do now. I understand what the.
Okay.
So we came around, and I see her, you know, that car, and then the two patrol cars there. Her car, she's sitting there,
Uh-huh.
and so then I leave. I go make a call on a payphone.
Who'd you call?
My dad.
Ghostbusters.
And I asked him what was going on. He says-
His dad.
The cab
I
driver
was
said
close.
you guys got in an argument. He says that you forcibly removed her. No, I did
Forcibly
not.
removed
He said,
her.
well, I'm standing right next to the assistant chief right now. Okay. And so, well, you know, and Ami didn't want to call in because, first of all, we didn't have any, our cell phones were at the house.
Right.
I forgot mine.
Yeah, it's a normal thing everybody
So-
does. Leave their cell phone in
I didn't have anybody
2015.
call. I went to payphone.
But everybody does. Just
I
leave
went to
their shit.
payphone. I don't remember where it was. It was in Lake, and the other one was in Tacoma, I believe.
Okay.
You know?
And then the first time he says, "Well, they have your," or is it the first time? No, the first time or the second time. I can't remember.
Me neither,
Anyway,
dude. Child Chop, chop.
I'm
Let's go.
tired, guys.
I'm
sorry, guys. I just have a headache.
I'm very tired.
I'm just really exhausted. It's been a long day of doing crime. Okay?
And asked him what was going on.
I just need a little wink. I just need a little
Take
west.
her to the house.
I'm really tired.
I haven't beat her up or anything like that.
It's just been a lot. It's just been a lot trying to get away with crimes, you know? And like, you guys usually have my back, but like, you don't right now. And like, that's really messed up. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are supposed to help me.
We're just driving around.
I thought we were
talking
in this together.
So would you guys, at the end of your conversation, what'd you guys end up with? How'd you get this deal resolved? Is it resolved?
It's resolved.
Okay,
We already told her.
Totally, bro. I believe you.
I'm not mad at her. I mean, yeah, it hurt, but I'm not gonna. There's not gonna be a whole lot of it.
Okay.
I'm sure she shares the same sentiment,
I
man.
want to take a trip.
Seems like a real misunderstanding.
And
What a wacky situation we've been in, huh?
I was concerned it was over with, but then, like I said, all the cars were still there, from that I remember, and I was thinking to myself, well, okay, my dad told me they're performing a warrant.
Yep.
Oh no.
And okay.
So tell me about the clothes in the backyard, the burning clothes. Whose clothes were they?
It's just a normal activity.
Did you ask her about that already?
Yep.
Y'all don't burn your clothes in the
She
backyard.
probably told you what happened.
No, she didn't. She told me they were her clothes, though.
That's how I get my gamer scent out of them.
Were you just so
I
frustrated?
didn't hit her. I didn't.
Were you kind of just frustrated?
Nobody
You
said
burned your
that.
clothes up, I was just
I'm not gonna say that at all. I'm just gonna. I haven't hit anybody.
Good.
Nobody-
Good man.
And I haven't threatened anybody.
Good.
Nobody said that.
John is showing a puzzling lack of understanding about how these interviews work. He can't just say,
Just to make
I
it
didn't
clear,
do
I
this
did
certain
not
thing,
kill somebody.
but I don't want to talk about any of these other things.
Despite nobody
If
asking,
there
I'm
are
just
things
making
he
sure
doesn't
you
want
guys
to
are
say,
aware.
He needs to invoke his
No
right
murder.
to remain silent. Otherwise, they can keep questioning, and he will potentially
pulled in for a
volunteer
robbery
more
charge.
than he means to.
We get that, we hear that, man. But what you're not helping yourself when you're.
Well, you want me to talk about other stuff, and I guess
The whole totality of it is what we want to
I
figure
understand,
out.
but I'm under arrest right now for assault. I didn't assault anybody. Now you
Seems
want me to
very
talk
likely.
about it? I'll tell you what we did as far as where we went, but I didn't do anything to her.
But when you burn her clothes, that's doing something to her. If it was out of frustration,
I'm not saying I did that. I'm not saying that at all.
They didn't spontaneously combust.
Well, I'm not saying I did.
I don't know, dude. They put some weird stuff in women's clothes lately. No pockets, and they don't got pockets. I mean, who's to say that they don't make them spontaneously combust just to make women have to buy more clothes? Kind of like how the purse was strictly made to get rid of pockets for women, so they'd have to buy something else in order to have pockets. I mean, like, it's really not out of the realm of possibility. What if they just started putting like flammable material in women's clothes? So like you just get near an open flame and be like, would it really be that much of a stretch? I don't really think so.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like the only reason they don't do it is because it's way more obvious than something like having
all
a
I know
purse.
is I obviously, trying to say that,
But here's the biggest thing.
I know I'm under arrest for this. And I didn't
Listen. I wasn't there. I haven't even gone to your apartment.
Listen.
He did all the
I
stuff.
don't
with the
care.
apartment, the warrant, all that other stuff. All
the
stuff I'm
fuck
getting
up.
is secondhand information. So this is what I'm being told. There were some clothes in the backyard that were burned. I even asked her, once I learned about it, I asked her. She said, they were my clothes. I said, well, what happened to them? She goes, I don't want to say. That's what she said. I don't want to say. So her clothes got burned. She doesn't live there.
She does live with me.
Well, she says she has a place
Well,
down
she does, but we live together. She's been living there. She stays every day.
Y'all been dating each other for almost 3 years.
That's so cool, bro. Don't
She
get
does live
too
there. She
hurt
has
by
an
that
apartment.
sentence.
What do you call her? What do you call her?
We actually do live
Name
together.
wise.
It's
Not
pretty cool. I
girlfriend,
mean,
but what do you
we do
call
live
her?
together.
For her name?
Yeah.
Mommy?
She's got her own place.
But her
Like,
real
she
name
stays
is-
around. Like, she's usually at my place. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm just trying to see what
you know what I mean?
what the
Like,
names were that you what she went by. Is that like her nickname? Did she tell you to call her that, or is that something you came up with?
That's what she calls herself.
Okay, all right.
Calls? Wait, what?
Nickname? Did she, what the names were that you what she went by? Is that like her nickname? Ami, but her real name. But what do you call her?
For her name?
Yeah,
Mommy?
Ami.
I'm sorry. This guy, I'm sorry. Did this guy just say he calls his girlfriend mommy? Hey, yo. Hold on. Just to make sure it's not just like the caption being weird, because it can happen.
Not girl.
She does live there. She has an apartment there.
What do you call her? What do you call her name wise? Not girlfriend, but what do you call her?
For her name?
Yeah,
Mommy?
Ami. But her real name is.
Superwoman.
Okay. That's what I was just trying to.
Her real name is Superman. I think the caption's got that part wrong, but I'm pretty sure I heard mommy. This guy.
See what the names were that you what she went by. Is that like her nickname? Did she tell you to call her that, or is that something you came up with?
That's what she calls herself.
Okay, all right. So
All I know, I mean, I know what you guys are arresting me for, and I can tell you without a doubt, I did not hit her. I did not threaten
did
to
you
hit
grab
her.
her out the cab?
Tommy Wiseau,
How'd she
calm
get out
down.
the cab?
She got out on her own.
I did not.
Okay.
I was mad. I
you-
was. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, I believe it.
I said
believe
some
it.
things I shouldn't have said to her, to the guy, but I did not
Did you
hit her.
threaten him?
No, I did not.
Well, what did you say that you shouldn't have said? I'm not.
I cussed him out. I was like, "What you? I don't want to repeat it. I don't cuss him."
Yeah, nothing going wrong with this
I was
guy at all. All he does is call his girlfriend
I was
mommy.
just angry, and
Well, it was
Like a
frustration.
normal
Just like
person
Jordan said.
does.
but I did not hit anybody,
Okay.
and I did not threaten anybody.
Uh-huh.
And the other stuff, I just don't want to say.
Okay. Why do you think the cab
All the
driver
stuff that would get me in
indicate
trouble,
he
I don't want to
jerked her
talk
out
about
of
it.
the car? And what would,
I didn't
why would he grab her physically?
No
like,
reason.
Come on with me out of the car.
I didn't.
You didn't put your
Grab
hand. You didn't
her
say,
like
"Come
that.
come on, get out of the car." Nothing.
Nothing like that.
Did you put your hand on her to help her get out the car at all?
I mean, I don't barely remember most of this day. If I helped her out, it wasn't, you know, nothing like that.
Okay, fair enough, John. So if
I'm a pretty strong person, but I'm not gonna yank my
Bro,
girlfriend out of the
nobody-
car.
Okay.
Yeah,
But why do you
yeah,
think that
yeah,
taxi driver was
yeah,
there? He got paid. So what is it? why
Nobody
would he do
cares.
Yeah, I'm kind of muscular.
that? So you
I
think
don't
he
know.
just
I could do it if I
arbitrarily-
wanted to.
No,
I just-
I-
I wouldn't do that.
Call in and just for
Okay.
I think he perceived that I was angry. That I mean, I didn't.
Evidence kind of shows that, man.
I was angry. Yeah, I was not a happy camper, but I did not assault anybody.
Don't kink shame. You do realize that this guy just told the police that his girlfriend calls herself mommy and that he does it back to her. Now, like, I understand what you're saying. I don't think you should say it for stuff like that. There's something weird about that one. There's something a little weird about that. I think Freud is smiling down or up from hell or wherever the hell he is. I think Freud is looking on them fairly fondly and going, I knew it.
And I don't know what else I can say about that situation because, you know, it's not the cab thing, but the other stuff you're asking about because I don't really want to talk about that. And, you know.
Because it incriminates you, is that why? Is that why you wouldn't want to talk about it?
I just don't.
Because you could
I
just kind
don't
of
want to.
Yeah.
I
get
I
that.
don't want to talk about the
you're not a
crime I
dumbass, and
committed.
I get
No
that,
reason.
So I can tell. I mean, you're trying to be very cautious on what you're saying, and you kind of prolonging the inevitable. The evidence shows what it shows. You know, I mean, that's. So you can't. The deal is what happens, especially when you and I are in the same career field. So we understand how this goes, and when you're thinking clearly, when you're sitting on this side, you're listening to that side of the table, and you're thinking, does that guy really believe what he's saying, or does that guy?
I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm not going to talk about the stuff that I don't want to talk about. I'll tell you the stuff that I can speak to without. You know, I didn't do anything over here on this side.
People are legitimately asking who Freud is. I'm not answering that question. I'm really not. I'm really not going to answer that. I just think it's amazing that some people don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to be the one to tell you about it because it's either like it's better you don't know or you might be too young to know. And I'm not going to break that news to you. We're going to move on.
But the stuff that you say incriminates me, I'd rather if it does or it doesn't, I don't want to talk about that. I'll talk about the stuff that I can.
It is difficult to believe that John has ever worked in law enforcement, judging from what he is saying. There is no situation where you can tell the police what you will and will not talk about in an interview, and saying that you refuse to talk about things that will implicate you only makes you look guilty.
True.
And I've been told you're well, they didn't tell me an arrest, but I'm getting told now that you're under arrest for assault. I did not violence, and I did not hit anybody or threaten anybody.
Yeah.
But now put yourself in this chair. Listen to me. Put yourself in this chair. You have an independent witness that has nothing to gain by not being truthful. Nothing. From the cabbie, who's saying that you physically and forcefully removed.
You've got nothing to lose. You should tell us anyway, because it's
now,
your best investment.
What would you do in our position? Would you say, you know what, I'm gonna put my job on the line for this guy? Or would you say, no, I think I'm probably doing my job?
You should just tell us.
I don't think you guys won't do your job. I think you'll do your job, but that was like 12 o'clock.
God, he is he's so saying, close.
Hey, so we're gonna wait. I mean,
he's this close to actually being smart.
4 hours later, 5 hours later.
I don't know what the time.
It was. I mean, it was around 12:30 or 1 o'clock. Part of that we were. I'm sure he could find out.
But think about this though.
And
think about this.
What if you
left the front
think about
door
this?
wide
What if you
I forgot
admitted to
like
it?
you said, the cell phones are sitting out. So that kind of leads us.
I forgot my cell phone. She forgot hers.
Sure. I get it. But that would kind of lead us to believe that these guys left post haste, like lickety split. We had to get out of here right now.
Lickety split.
Which kind of amps everything up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So.
I understand.
Okay. That's the part that I
know you guys are
right.
Very intelligent.
1 o'clock, the police were en route to that residence. So if they haven't told the quarter one, whatever.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm not feeling my whole job thing today. What if you just admitted to it?
So that's the only reason.
Now hear me out. It's a lot of work for me to do my actual job. So what if you just told us? Thoughts?
I'm here, so I just happen to be the on-call guy. So 1 o'clock, the officers respond, right? They find
so what's says 12:30 or was that
thereabouts, roughly. So they find burning clothes in the back. They find the front door wide open. They find 2 cell phones there because 2 phones are there, so nobody tracks a cell phone, right? Because you're a policeman, you're not a dumbass, right? You were a cop at one time. You're not stupid.
These guys got jokes. That's crazy.
So 2 phones are left there. We have the fact that somebody was reportedly, I'm not saying factually, reportedly removed forcibly from a taxi cab. So as due diligence on our...
Up and ads playing. You were a cop. You're not stupid. Really? Really? Superb behavior from Officer Blue Balls over here.
Part. They check or surround the house. They try to make multiple calls to have you come out. Of course, you're not there already because you fled. You fled within 30 minutes, or if you say it's at 12:30, or probably less time, probably a quarter till.
No way. Why do you think he left?
You fled. You didn't take time to get dressed. You left. Search warrant of the house. There's poop in the toilet, so somebody didn't flush.
What? What?
Flush. They was left. You fled. You fled. You didn't take time to get dressed. You left. Search warrant of the house. There's poop in the toilet, so somebody didn't flush. They was leaving in a hurry.
I just really like the idea of a police officer appearing on the scene of a crime, and there's just some rookie cop with the evidence camera collecting pictures of stuff, and they open the toilet and they're like, "Guys, you're gonna want to see this." They included in the warrant that there was poop in the toilet. Don't worry, guys. The police might not be able to stop somebody who's actively causing a crime. But you know what, dude? They'll make sure that warrant looks in the toilet. They'll search that toilet. Don't worry. I love it.
They came, so I don't know why that would be. well, maybe your dad then left a pile of poo in the toilet. But somebody left in a hurry. There was this huge issue. There's a fire in the back of the female clothing and
Somebody
makeup and things
shit
like that.
in
It's
the
all
toilet.
burned up.
Was it
as
you?
As a homicide
I
detective.
understand that part, but I mean,
It's important.
I see the whole.
So we have a SWAT team surround that house. We make multiple calls and into the house if you were in there. We don't know if she's hurt, you're hurt, you've killed yourself, you've killed her, she killed you, she killed herself. We don't really know what has happened at that point. So the totality of the whole situation.
What we do know is that somebody pooped in the toilet, okay? And like we cannot let that stand. We cannot let that stand because you were not pooping in the precinct on company time. That is an ineffective use of not doing your job, officer, and we are disappointed in you. Why are you not pooping in the middle of your shift in order to not do your job as an officer? Shame on you. Shame.
And then while we're there, while I was standing next to your father, you call him from a payphone, but you don't want to talk to me, and you hang up on your dad. So your dad walks away, you call
Well,
him.
he told me that you were nearby and just went your way.
Well, initially, the very first phone call, we were this close. And then your father walked away, and he's down about 20 feet away. And then you didn't want to talk anymore. So these things, at this point, as a law enforcement officer, we still hadn't talked to your girlfriend. I don't know if she's alive or dead. So you're with me in my shoes, right?
Yeah, she and I both were talking about that, and I didn't
Nowhere to shit, and now I'm screwed.
know how to handle it because I thought, okay, well, if I can talk to him and find out, you know, is it safe to go over there and meet somebody, or am I going to get thrown out?
Well, when you were in our shoes, what would you do? Of course you would prone them out. Of course you would put handcuffs on them. Of course you would do that.
Of course you
because
would plant
don't
evidence.
know the circumstances of what's happening. And then now you're sitting here, John, talking to us, and I appreciate it.
I mean, put
However,
handcuffs on
you're picking and choosing, and you're asking more questions than you're answering. And that's I understand that, and I got all day in the world, buddy. I'll spend as much time, and I'll answer every question that you have for us.
Okay.
My partner's the same way. But the bottom line is, at this point, with the totality of everything here, your
That's a
best
big
interest
word.
is to tell it all, so we can either figure out if there's we have facts in our case, or we don't, and we don't charge the guy wrong.
I just don't want to talk about the things that.
Detective Jordan isn't being accurate. It is not in John's best interest to tell them everything. He would be best served by getting a lawyer and saying nothing because he's just damaging himself. The only ones benefiting from him continuing to talk are the police. If they can make a person build a case against himself, their job is halfway done.
What?
That are.
No
Like you
way!
said, those things speak for themselves.
The incriminating parts. You don't want to talk about those. And that's okay if that's what you choose
I
to
mean,
do.
I'm being told that you're arrested for
Are you
assault.
bleeding?
Yeah, I stepped on the.
I can't believe
when
it.
I got out of the car. Back shoulder.
You're telling me the police are
I know how it looks as far as you guys get an argument, this happens, that happens, you guys leave quickly.
I can't believe this.
But the first place we
My
went,
boys in
we went
blue would
to
never
fight.
do that. They're so integral.
That's the honest truth. I got a Doppio Espresso, and we went to the Lakewood, right there by the what do you call it? The
Town
city
center?
up there, the town center. I mean, you can go look at the video of us driving through. I'm not, yelling at her.
I'm not saying you didn't do that, sir. I'm not saying that about my partner's not saying that.
I
We're just trying to
got an
figure
argument
out.
with her.
Because she
never
cheated on
angered-
you.
Yes.
And then that upsets you, and rightfully so.
But I'm not gonna go and beat her up.
I removed guns from your house, man. How do I know that you're not going to do that? I told your father, I had never had.
That's
the
a
pleasure
great
to meet you
question.
Until today. And under
Not
these
that they're gonna do
circumstances,
anything about
it's
it.
a little different, a little strained.
Why
I
does
get
this
that,
man have multiple
But
guns
on
in
a
his
good
house?
day when you hadn't been drinking and you didn't have all this drama going on, you might be a hell of a guy. Hell, we might even be friends. But the fact is, right now,
I'm actually a
Just
decent
some
person,
normal
but-
behavior.
I don't disagree with you.
I'm not going to say that I've made great choices, but what I'm saying is I didn't hit her. I didn't threaten to hurt her.
Well, you understand what domestic assault is, right?
Yes.
You remember from
Captain
the
America's
academy.
really digging
I mean, I
himself a
didn't-
hole here.
Wrenched her out of the car. And
Well, give us the details of that. How did you?
I may have helped her out. Like it wasn't like
Just
get out of the car.
Okay, pause for a second.
All right, guys. I did poop. It was me. I did poop in the toilet. It feels good getting it off my chest now, but I did poop in the toilet.
You're not doing any favors to yourself if you say, I don't remember how I did it.
No,
because here's the thing.
I'm not saying I don't. I'm not saying.
Just tell me how it happened.
I don't.
Just tell me how it happened.
Guys,
If you didn't forcibly remove her out of the
you're
car,
upsetting me.
just tell me how you got her to get out
I'm
of the car.
starting to think
You
you're
were
gonna
angry,
try me as a
and maybe you didn't
criminal.
grab her and chuck her out of the car.
Okay, I didn't rip her out of the car or grab her or anything like that.
Okay.
If she started to get out and I helped her up, but I didn't go in there and grab her. I don't remember. I don't remember if I helped her up.
Is that because you've been drinking?
I drank last night. I haven't drank since 10 o'clock or something, 11 o'clock.
You must have drank a shitload because I'm getting kind of high sitting right here.
I haven't drank, I slept most of the day and got up around 12.
Did this guy just say he was getting a contact high
I
from
don't
alcohol?
Did you guys spend the night together? You and your girlfriend? Okay.
We sleep
Man,
together
you
every night.
must have really drank some weed or something, man. I'm like going crazy over here.
Okay. So the issue was she was leaving. Did you know she was leaving?
Contact high.
Did she tell you she was going to get her car?
What kind of dorky ass shit is that? Did he actually said he was getting a contact high from the alcohol he drank last night?
Yeah, I'm cool as shit. I drink lots of weed. I smoke some beers. You ever get secondhand drunk? I go crazy when that happens. Am I right? Anyway, where could I get some marijuana?
I was mad because
Am I
instead of
right, kids?
waiting till 3, like we normally have coffee together and talk and stuff, and I was like,
Where do you guys typically get your roaches
I don't
from?
even know what it's a stupid argument. The whole thing. I mean, it's not stupid. But
Yeah, it's a relationship that we're talking about.
But I forgave her already for it. I wasn't at that point. I wasn't gonna hurt her or anything.
Okay, so stop. Then why were you so angry when you went out to the cab?
I don't know.
Let me tell you like I tell my 15-year-old. If you were 7 or 5 years old, that answer would be perfect.
I mean, the logical answer
Call them a
is
child.
I was angry because I felt like she was disrespecting me. But I
No
don't-
way.
Okay.
There's
Hey.
no.
The light goes on because that makes sense. She was being disrespectful. That makes sense to me.
But I also know that it's not for me. Or like you want to take a cab versus spend time with me and talk this out. But I didn't hit her.
Okay.
And I didn't grab her up.
Okay.
Okay. And
But-
if you don't believe me, that's I don't.
Here's the thing. I want to believe you, but you keep leaving out that portion. It's just like watching a movie.
You keep
You're
not
watching
admitting
Star
to the
Wars,
crime, man.
And you don't get to hear the part
You're gonna
where
make me do my
where Darth Vader
job.
tells Luke he's a father.
Don't
The
make
rest
me
of the
do
movie
my
ain't gonna make sense
job.
to you. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about one specific.
That's a really good analogy.
Thank you.
There are holes in my
Yeah.
Good
my,
job.
my
Amazing,
memory
brother.
now, because I'm
What
tired.
was it? What did he even say?
We're watching a movie. You're watching Star Wars,
Which-
and you don't get to hear the part where Darth Vader tells Luke he's a father. The rest of the movie ain't gonna make sense to you. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about one
Spoilers.
specific.
That's a really good analogy.
Thank you.
There are holes in my
Yeah.
my memory now though, because I'm tired. I've been up. I didn't sleep
To be fair, a lot of the movie makes sense even without that, but like go off, King.
well last night.
Another interrogation tactic is to question someone when they are tired or sleep deprived. In this state, not only are verbal inhibitions lowered, but most people will say anything to get out of there to get some rest.
Okay. Because you guys were talking about this from last night as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys were talking about this for a minute then.
Yeah. But we were cool about it. I mean, that's why I'm just like, I wasn't gonna do anything to her.
Okay. But it's that's why we have so many people, and you understand, is the way the house was left, the burning clothes, the cabbie saying this, that, and the third
Poop
about
in the
what
toilet.
happened. After that, when we get there, it's like
Speed run shit.
this thing is
Did you
really
wipe?
bad.
By the way, did you wipe?
We're to
Can
the
we
point where we called detectives and the supervisor and
can we get that? Can we test it with the poop in the toilet?
Okay. You understand that?
I do.
Okay.
Can we get an
You
anus
want to tell us anything else about
swab?
this incident, man? I would wish it would be very detailed on how she got out of the car.
I'm trying to like I've been trying to say I'm not. You can put me on a lie detector or whatever you want to do right now. Like I'm not lying, and I don't remember doing any kind of grabbing of her, nothing like that.
What'd you tell the cabbie?
I cursed him out. I was like, because he was like, oh, you have to pay me. And I was like, well, here's your effing money. And I'm like, what? You don't think we're going to pay you? Like, no, I'm not a scumbag. Like, so,
oh yeah, no way.
She paid him, and
you're a police officer. How could you be a scumbag? You're automatically revered as a hero, despite the atrocities you commit every day.
You don't want to tell me anything about the
That'd be crazy. Wouldn't even think about it. Wouldn't even consider you a scumbag.
Because I'll tell you what it looks like when we write this up. It looks like, I'll tell you, I'll selectively forget about this portion. I remember this. I know this. I'm not going to tell you shit about that. And yeah, because I was really tired.
Please don't swear.
That's what
it, I'm not saying it because of that. What you want me to say is you want me to incriminate myself.
Just looking for the truth, man. I just like I give you the truth.
I'm not going to lie to you, though. So if I say I don't want to talk about
omission is a lie.
I'm not omitting that. I'm not omitting anything. I'm just saying I don't want to talk about anything.
That's omission. You're omitting that portion of the story.
That's not
because
lying.
You don't want it to look bad. Dude, if you got pissed off and you burn the fucking shit up because you're just mad, again, I can understand being mad. She cheated on you.
Say that so we can use that as direct evidence against you.
I get that. I understand.
Come on, dude. Be cool.
Those things.
Let us incriminate you.
You remember when you take somebody.
Why are you being so lame right now?
Somebody's case to the prosecutor and go, look at this. And they read it and they go, but he didn't. What do you say about this? We want to talk about that. What do you think the prosecutor's going to do, man?
I don't know.
Well, you do know, because you've been a cop. If you weren't a cop, I could say, well, I can tell you what the prosecutor's going to do. But he's going to think that, and maybe it's been a while since you've been in trial, I don't know, but I can tell you that the prosecutor's going to look at this and say, he's lying. And you may not be lying, John, and that's the damnedest thing is you're telling us bits and pieces, and that's great, and I believe those bits and pieces. But when you leave portions out, when you omit portions of the story, it makes it a lie. And a portion of a lie is still a whole lot.
I'm not choosing to leave anything, like selectively omit things or like, hide stuff from you guys. I'm just not, like my girlfriend said, I'd rather not talk about that.
Okay.
I know, I know that you guys want me to remember every little thing, and I'm tired. I'm still dried out. I'm hot.
You can take a jacket off if you like. It's 7.
I'm trying to jack off. Caption. Hey, yo, captions. Hello?
6. You said you got up at noon, so you've been up for 7 hours and 46 minutes and you're tired. And you said earlier that you slept.
I'm tired because I haven't eaten much today. We shared one of those.
You're still in your pajamas. I got you, man. I hear that, man. I hear you. We're just trying to help it, understand it all, and help you out and make sure that we can tell the totality of the circumstances. We want to make sure we tell the whole truth. Because when the prosecutor reads this, they're going to wonder why they spent thousands and thousands of dollars bringing a SWAT team out there. So they're really going to be looking at this. Because it's, every guy that comes out there, it's overtime, it's multiple guys. Because it isn't like 5 or 6 guys on a SWAT team. They bring 30 or 40, it seems like. I don't know if it's that many, but it's a lot. And you know what I mean? I just want to make sure that we have all the answers there for you, John, because I want to be able to say to the prosecutor, look, this is what it's at. This is what she said. This is what the taxi guy said. This is what John said. And let them make an honest decision on what they do from that point on. But when you don't give all the information, then they're going to think everything's a lie and they're not going to believe the truth.
Detective Jordan keeps pressing John to stop skirting the questions, but John stubbornly refuses to talk about certain subjects. He's coming across as volatile, dishonest, and uncooperative.
No way.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna. But I don't want to. I'm not gonna.
That's crazy, bro.
Like you told me earlier. You said the best one here is this last one. If you don't want to talk about that, you don't have to.
That's right.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
Want me to read it to you again?
No.
This is a good one. I like this. You may stop answering questions and ask for attorney anytime during the question.
This live action Animal Farm is
that's
crazy.
That's my favorite one out of our advisement rights. That's the one I like the best because I can be truthful and I can tell everything. And if I don't want to talk, I can stop anytime. Just because you started.
I'm gonna be truthful about everything, but I don't want to. Say something. No, I don't want to say something. I'm not gonna lie to you though. If I'd rather just not say something than lie. And I have been honest with you guys.
And when you get home, get out the Webster Dictionary and look up omission.
Okay. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm not trying to be
hey buddy, I just want to help you. Everybody sits back there. I don't care what they've done from one thing to another. And I know that my partner here, Detective Henson, is the same way. We want just to get as much truth out there because we're not. Look, this is what I tell what you call a scumbag. I'm not telling you this. At one point in life, I went this way and they went that way. Right?
Omission is not inherently lying. By the way,
I'm not any different of a man than you are. We both put our bridges on.
Depends on what you're omitting.
The same way, right? Right. So we're just men.
It's not that he's lying by omitting saying these things. He's literally not saying these things. So it's not like it's a lie because he's not saying them. You know what I mean?
Sometimes
I'm just thinking my mind.
I know. I don't wear a
Look up omission in the dictionary when you get home. Not that you're going home.
Because
your ass is grass already,
sir. We make a
sir.
good decision. Sometimes we make bad decisions. I made bad decisions.
But he was crinkling his toes in that line.
But we don't judge you because
He's
of
not
today's
going home, though.
decisions. What we do is judge you of your accountability of those decisions.
I admit my wrongs.
Listen to what you just said.
I admit my wrongs. I just don't want to talk
Admit
about
that.
certain things.
Right. Well, now, does that make sense, John?
Oh.
Listen to what you're saying. Regardless, man, if you want to stop talking, we're good. But listen to what you just said. I admit my wrongs, but I'm not going to tell you about that. So how you're not admitting?
I'm telling you, like you just said, would you say to the cab? I'm cursed him out. And that's the truth. I didn't rip her out of the car. I didn't threaten anybody. I didn't hit anybody. This,
Why on earth would he call us and tell us that, though?
I was a jerk. I mean,
He didn't call and say, you know what, he cussed me out too much.
No,
he gave me my money.
I was a jerk. I was a jerk. And
Yeah, it was a
I was
real
Did you
dude.
identify yourself as a police officer?
No.
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 Not at all?
Then
no.
how would he tell us that you were a policeman?
God, it's almost like that shouldn't fucking matter.
I didn't say that at
How
all.
would he say she doesn't have the right to go? I'm a cop. Get out of here.
What? I didn't say that at all.
Well, how would he know that you were a former law enforcement officer?
Real.
I have no idea. Come on, guys.
Even the guy was like, why would I do that?
Okay. Here's the thing.
I'm the police. Don't do that. Leave because I'm the police.
We have no reason to lie to you.
Whatever, dude.
All the questions we want answered about the fire, about
I didn't-
listen.
okay.
All the questions we wanted to get answered about the fire,
Even the suspect was
about
like,
the taxi
what?
cab, about the things that you said to this guy. That's why I asked you several times what you say to this guy, right?
Yeah, but I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You tell me to whoop his ass or anything like that.
No.
Now, I don't know that part, but I do know the part that was said to the police officers was you said she doesn't have the right to leave. I'm a police officer. You get your ass out of here.
No, I did not say that.
Okay. All right.
I did not say that. Are you serious?
That's serious.
He said that. Wow.
Wow. Dang.
Again, remember, I wasn't there at the investigation part.
Dang,
These are
dude.
the parts that we received.
Ah, jeez.
Once we get there. You know how it works.
I'll go on a polygraph. I did not say that. I'm being completely honest. I got up around 12:30, same time this guy was over there.
Yep, that's
It
what
was-
he
it was
said.
Cheapers.
That's what he said. I said.
Yep, that's what he said. He said, man. And
Oh, shucks,
like I said,
guys.
I don't make it down to me either way. I don't know you, don't know your girlfriend. I feel really embarrassed for your parents.
Yeah.
Absolutely do. Your father was a general, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be real cross.
I don't know if
To
he's
know
a
that
good
you can't get away with the
guy or
crimes as
not,
well as
but,
he can.
Yeah, seemed to be real nice.
Disappointment, really.
I'll just say this, and then I think we're going to probably end this up, John. Couple things. When you are adamant about something, I believe you.
Yeah.
When you say, oh, I don't remember if I don't know, that's what I don't believe you. But the other thing, too, is when you say, I don't want to talk about that because it's going to get myself into trouble, I do believe that. So there's two parts that I believe on.
Well, I
so
didn't
far.
say it'll get me in trouble. I just said I don't want to talk.
Well, you incriminate yourself. It means get you in trouble.
Well, I didn't say criminate, but I did say.
Okay.
Come on
Don't
now.
play me stupid, man. But we're done. I can't do this. I'm not going to sit here. I would try to be respectful as we can. But
I
you
can't
go,
do
I didn't say that.
This is
We're not
ridiculous.
stupid either, right? We've been doing this job a long time. I want to treat you with the most respect as I can, man. I absolutely do. I want to be decent to you. I really do. But you're not helping yourself. And you're
I
not.
don't know what else to say though. I mean, I
Well, the
hear
truth
this. I didn't say that to him.
You didn't say you want to incriminate yourself?
What's the big idea, man?
Just something
About the cop thing?
Yeah.
Okay, there's the thing.
Maybe my girlfriend said something before when she called him. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what was said. I don't know, and
But did you hear what I said though?
What's that?
There's certain things that we ask you questions about that you answer, bam. And there's some things that you kind of, I'm gonna go all the way around the corner to get across the street. And then there's certain things you say, I don't want to talk about that. Like the clothes. We all know that you burnt her clothes. I don't know how many, it could have been 2 pair of panties and a bra. It could have been all of her clothes. I know, by the way she answered and the way you answered, that you burnt her clothes. Period. In the story, there's no two ways about it. And I'm not really too worried about that. You know the part that I'm mainly worried about?
Stuff I bought her for Christmas.
Okay. So you burnt that? Yes or no? Did you burn her clothes? Did you
Not
burn
the Santa panties, dude.
Okay.
What time is
Time right now is 7:53. 1953 hours.
All right.
We're going to end this statement here, 1953 hours.
Everyone involved in this interview is on edge, and the detectives
really?
decide to end this session since it isn't being productive.
Really?
John will most likely be brought back for more questioning.
No way.
Although if his girlfriend decides not to press charges, it's possible he won't have to serve time in jail.
What? Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. If the victim doesn't press charges, then he can just leave. Kind of unfortunately how it works. Just awesome stuff. Just great stuff. Love this country in so many ways all the time, you know?